welcome to my YouTube channel. So my name is Imiji, and I'm going to be talking about the Chinese government scholarship. So Chinese government scholarship is a very great scholarship, and I advise anyone who has the ability to apply for this scholarship to do whatever your means to apply for this scholarship. This Chinese government scholarship is being handled by a body in China, with the Ministry of Education, China Ministry of Education, and it's actually a part of the China Ministry of Education, which is called the China Scholarship Council. So now this Chinese government scholarship have three main categories, and I will just break them into sections, and then I will just tell you some important things you need to know about the scholarship, and then we'll get started. So now this is the Chinese Ministry of Education, and then we have three categories of the scholarship. We have the bilateral program, the university program, the designated scholarship program. So now, what is the bilateral program? So now this bilateral program is actually what is called a type A scholarship. This is called the what type A scholarship. So now the type A scholarship is a type of scholarship that you as an applicant, you are submitting your documents, and then you're applying to the portal, and then submitting your document to the Chinese embassy in your country. Take note, the Chinese embassy in your country or the Ministry of Education. So it depends on which aspect, but most of the times CSC recommend that you submit it to your Chinese embassy, that is the education sector. So this is for type A scholarship. And then the university program, which is also known as type B scholarship, is in which, okay, I want to study in China. So what I need to do, okay, I love this professor research work. I want to do my PhD in China. I love this professor's research work, okay, and it aligns with my research interest, okay. And now start discussing with the professor, okay, sir, I love your research interest, and I plan on furthering my studies at your university. Let's say, for example, Wuhan University in China, and I would love to do my PhD. Okay, the professor now say, okay, that's really nice. Okay, so you submit your application to him, you see it, him now take it and then submit it to the university, and then the university will now recommend you to what China Scholarship Council. That is in regards to university program. Take note, university, that is type B scholarship, is the university route. The university route is submit your application to the university, and then the university then recommend you as a candidate to China Scholarship Council. But for the bilateral program, you submit your application to the China embassy in your country or the educational ministry, and then the China embassy will now recommend your application to China Scholarship Council. So now the designated scholarship programs are other scholarships that is kind of within maybe UNESCO, United Nations, European Union, and all those. So that is regards to type C. What I'll be specifically talking about is regard to the bilateral program, which is type A, and the university program, which is type B. So that is regards to the CSC scholarship. So now many people will be asking which is better, type A, type B. I usually advise that type A is a great route to follow. Like, all you just need to do, go to the portal, CSC portal, submit your required document, all the documents you have, print the hard copy, then either you will bill it to the China embassy in your country, or you go in person and submit it, and that's all. You don't have any stress again. But you're looking at the university program, you have to message professors, okay, sir, you might get a reply that he's not interested. Okay, you look for another professor, he says he's not interested. You look at it, then after you're finished doing that, you will now submit this to the university. Maybe a professor recommended, you will now submit it. Okay, you will now be waiting. This university is going to go. So wait. Then the university will now recommend. But the bilateral scholarship of the type A is kind of an easier route, and most of the time most people get it because it's coming from the embassy. You get. So now that is just regards to the bilateral program type A and university program type B. So now the next thing you need to know is, okay, why is this guy talking about Chinese government? What are the benefits in store? So now take note. These are the benefits: tuition fees covered, free accommodation, stipends for undergraduate 2,500 per month, that is Chinese yuan per month, master student 3,000 per month, doctoral student 3,500 per month. So you can do the calculation. If it's 2,500 per month, so maybe I'm an undergraduate student, so this is the amount I'll be receiving per month. That is $362. So just imagine you having $362 times how many months? You see, at the end of 12 months is this, and you are earning 4344. That is 4344. And now your course is how many years? Let's say, for example, plus or minus, let's say 4 years. That is 17. It's a good amount. So if you're a master student, most master courses either 3 years or 2 years. So this 434. So this is the amount you'll be earning per month, 434. And now imagine you're doing for a year, you're earning 500 and 208. So now 500, 208, 5208 times, let's say how many years? 3 years, 15,000, which is a good amount. You can be able to be very, very comfortable, because this is one of the scholarships that give one of the best amounts a month. And one thing you need to take note that China is actually looking for international students, considering the US saga regards to international people coming to their country. So China is kind of using that route in order to top up their game. So by the way, so now that is regards to the benefit in store and medical insurance and everything is good. So now the next thing most people usually ask, okay, is you can see on the dashboard, type A generally refers to scholarship programs sponsored by authorities except Chinese universities. Applicant of type A programs are requested to fill in the agency number. So take note, this agency number. You can't say you're from Ghana and then you're using agency number from Indonesia, or you're from Indonesia, you're using agency number from Estonia. There's no how it correlates. Just know that your application is not going through. Make sure you use the right agency number. You can just send it in the comments, and then I try my best to get you the right agency number. So the agency number is very, very key. For university agency number, same thing, very, very important. Take note, you have to put the right agency number, and the system is such a way that immediately you put the agency number, it will just give you the this is the embassy of South Africa, this is an embassy of India. So it will help you. So take note, the agency number is key. Many people will receive rejection because the agency number they are putting is not correct. Are we together? The agency number is not, and your course of study, the code and everything should be very in line. So that is something you need to take note. So now the next aspect I want to be talking about is the application status. So now the question will be asking, okay, how will I know that my application is being reviewed? How will I know that my application is not just in a submitted state and no submitted state and nobody's checking my application? So now take note, immediately you submit your application, these are the statuses: submitted. So immediately you submit your application now, like you're working on your data, you submit your application, you're going to see submitted at this place. That is the first step. So immediately you see submitted, your application has been successfully sent but has not yet been reviewed. Take note of this word, reviewed. It has not been reviewed by the university or the China embassy in your country. Are we together? It has not been reviewed. So now when you look at the second step, you might see processing. Processing is that your application is still playing around and it has not got to the right place. So immediately you see in progress. This is a very good state that they are currently reading your application, they are seeing your application, considering your application for the CSC scholarship. That should show that you are actually on a good path. Many times at this before this step, most people get rejection. Maybe their passport is expired, and maybe they are applying for a 3 years course and their passport is showing that by this end of this year your passport is going to expire. So there's no how they can give you. And China Scholarship Council, they take it so with high priority that your passport should be able to cover the years you're going to stay, because they can't go and give admission to somebody that his passport is already expiring. So take note of that. So now after you see submitted, in progress, the university has verified your document and recommended the application to the CSC for final approval. Take note, it's either you're going with route B. This is when the university has verified your document and recommended the application to CSC for final approval. That is for type B. For type A, the embassy of your country has verified your document and recommended your application to CSC for final approval. So take note, type A, you're following the embassy route. Type B, you're following the university route. And then at the end of the day, let's say hopefully early June or ending of June, you're going to be either seeing final result has been sent to your dispatching authorities. You're going to get an email, accepted, admitted, and then you'll be working on your processing your JW 201 GGW201 is just for short time in China, and then GW202 is for a long time, maybe 3 years course in China, and then you are good to go. So this is just a brief, this shows in progress. This is just a brief overview of the application stuff. So if you have any question or any areas you want me to touch in subsequent videos I'll be posting on my YouTube channel, please kindly drop in the comment section. I will be so glad to be of great assistance to you. Thank you very much.